Pastor Tom here with our chat with children this week. This week we're going to be reading about Jesus in Matthew, and in Matthew Jesus said the kingdom of heaven is like something. First, let's talk about the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is not just a place. It's wherever God's words are accepted. So if you accept God's words in your heart, the kingdom of heaven is in your heart. If you accept and believe in Jesus, then in your life, the kingdom of heaven will grow. And Jesus said, if you ever seen yeast, it's very tiny, and you just need a little bit of it. It's like you might need just this much for a ball of dough about this big. And what will happen is that yeast will make that bread grow and grow and grow twice the size. Just that little bit of yeast. So Jesus is reminding us that his words, when they're in our hearts, they should grow and get bigger and bigger. Also, he said, like a seed, if you take a little tiny seed makes a big giant tree. Or if you look at some of my other videos, you'll see how a little tiny seed turned into big tomato plants that are as tall as me now. So there's one other way we could look at this, and we got to understand this, because I got some green food coloring. That's going to be for God's word, if we listen to that. And this one here is red food coloring. That's for Satan's lies. So now, watch what happens. So let's say I got 2 bottles of water here, and this is 2 different people. And the water inside is their lives, is their hearts. And we're going to watch, because it's only going to take a few drops to really change everything in there. So now, first one. Love your neighbor. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. Jesus said these are the 2 greatest commandments, and all the other commandments hinge off of those 2 commandments. So if we go 1 drop for love our neighbors, 1 drop for love God, just 2 drops of God's word is now in this bottle of water. And what's going to happen when we shake it up? The whole bottle just changed colors. So just a little bit of God's word in our lives changes our whole life, is what I want to say. So next, we got this one. Hey, nobody's looking. You can cheat. Oops. Oh, look. Nobody's looking. You could take that and nobody will know you took it, so you could steal it. Oops. Now, just a couple drops in there. A couple of little Satan's lies. And now it turned red. So, what we have to understand, and what Jesus was telling us, was we could let his word grow in our lives, or we could let Satan's lies grow in our lives. So I'm hoping that you'll choose to let God's word grow in your lives. I use red because red means stop, green means go. I don't know. But we want God's word to grow in our lives. We don't want Satan's to grow in our lives. So with that said, I got some worksheets for you. Enjoy them. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.